In this tutorial, I'll show you how you can install Wildfly in Amazon EC2 instance. So here I'm launching my account. So it's taking some time to load, and I'm going to launch an instance. I already have a running instance, so I'm going to ignore that instance and create a new instance. So here I'm eligible for a free tier. I'm gonna select that one, Amazon Linux, and then eligible for a free tier. So I'm gonna leave all those configuration as default, and going to create my key pair. So I'm going to create a new name for my key pair, and then giving it a name, then give some name whichever you want, and then I'm downloading my key pair. So it says the name already exists, so I'm renaming it, and then my key pair has been downloaded. Now I'm launching the instance. So it will take some time to initialize your server. So in the meantime, I'm going to SSH, opening my terminal and SSH into the system. So that's my public IP. So I'm going to copy that IP, and then it's okay, they don't have copy. I'm gonna Control C the IP, and then I'm gonna paste it here. So when I paste it here, it says permission, bad permission. That's because my key don't have a read permission by default. So have to change the permission of that particular key file. So I'm going to the particular download directory to change it. So the command to change the chmod. Then I'm going to SSH again to see if everything works fine. So yeah, it's working. Now I'm going to cd to opt directory to install Wildfly. So I'm downloading the war file of Wildfly using wget command, as you can see at the top of the terminal. So it's taking some time to download the tar file, sorry, and it's not war, it's a tar file. So now if I do ls, you will see the tar file in here. So I'm going to untar it using tar-xpf command. Since we are in opt directory, we should say sudo, else it will say bad permission. So the better way to install Wildfly is to create a soft link. So that's what I did before. So after that, edit the configuration of the Wildfly in etc default Wildfly conf. Get the directory of your Java and then put it in the conf file, Java home. So now I'm editing my Java home to the proper path. So then in JBoss, I'm gonna uncommand my JBoss home. It's opt Wildfly. That's where I installed my Wildfly. That's where I downloaded my tar file. So, and then the Wildfly user, I'm going to keep it as root. So I'm not going to create a Wildfly username Wildfly. So if you want, you can create a username Wildfly and put the name Wildfly in JBoss user, and then I'm gonna use the mode standalone for JBoss server, and the config is standalone.xml. It's a standard one, so I'm gonna leave it as it is, and then the startup time and the wait time, I'm gonna command that also. So now the configuration is ready. Now I'm copying the script to run Wildfly as a service from the particular folder init redhat.sh to etc initd, and then I'm renaming the file to Wildfly, and then adding the Wildfly script to the service by using the command chconfig. So now if the next thing is to edit the standalone.xml file to configure the server as you want. So now I'm going to that particular file. So I typed the wrong directory, that's why it was empty. So I'm changing the path to the correct one. So here you go, you can see the XML file. So I'm looking for the word bind. By default, the Wildfly server will be binded to localhost, so no one will not be able to access your server except the local host. So in our case, I'm gonna leave it as open access, so anyone can access the server. So I'm gonna change the bind address to 0.0.0. So if everything goes well, the server will be started successfully. So it's taking some time, which means probably there will be some errors. So yeah, there are some errors. So let's go to the log directory to see what the errors are. So I'm gonna tail -f and then var log wildfly and then console.log to get the logs. So okay, it says my Java home is not set properly, so I'm gonna type echo $Java home to see what my Java home is. And then I'm gonna copy that path and update the Wildfly conf as required. So I'm gonna change the user bin Java to the correct one. Okay, I'm going to restart the server again to see if it's okay. One more thing, make sure that your Java version is 1.8, else you might get some error like meta space error, though those are included only in Java latest version. So Wildfly by default assume that you have the latest Java version. So if it's not the latest one, you'll get some exception. So to fix the error, just update your Java and then restart the server. Okay, it's taking some time to restart my server, so probably my Java version is not up to date. So I'm gonna skip the Java update in this tutorial, but it could be quite straightforward. It should be quite straightforward to update to the Java latest version. So now I'm seeing if I'm able to access the Wildfly server. So no, I couldn't. The bind address is 0.0.0. Even then I couldn't able to access the server, which means the EC2, the firewall rules are not properly set in firewall. So I'm going to change that one. So it should be somewhere here. No, it's not status check. Yeah, it's in the launch wizard too. So there I'm going to add an inbound service like TCP from any port, from anywhere, anyone can access the server. So I'm not adding strict firewall rules here. So now my server should be accessible from my local system. So if I change my protocol to HTTP, only port 80 will be accessible. So, but my Wildfly server is listening on 8080. That's why I chose a TCP it says the port range is 0 to 6000 something, so our port 8080 is within the range, so it should be fine this time. So as you can see, Wildfly is started successfully. So that's it.